On one side of Egypt, archaeologists found more than 100 mummies, which were not human, but crocodiles. There was something written on the coffin of these crocodile mummies that experts were amazed to read and understand. Welcome to HistoriScapes. Thousands of years ago, when people died in Egypt, chemicals were put on their bodies so that their bodies would not deteriorate over time. After being preserved, their body was also decorated according to their work, after which they were buried in the ground. By the way, archaeologists have found many mummies from Egypt, but today you will know about the 6 mummies. It was the mummies that when seen for the first time were very hard for experts and archaeologists to believe. So let's begin. Number 6, Lady Rai. Among the oldest known mummies in Egypt is a mummy known today as Lady Rai. About 140 years ago, this mummy was found in the Theban tomb of Egypt, which surprised archaeologists. Research has revealed that 3,550 years ago, Lady Rai died at the age of 35. It seems that she used to be a nurse or servant of an ancient queen, but what surprised the archaeologist? That was Lady Rai's hair. Even after thousands of years, Lady Rai's hair was still well preserved. Some of the hair on Mummy's head looked like it had grown a few months ago. The hairstyle with which Mummy was preserved in this ancient era is also decorated like this till today. Number 5, Ramses II. Ramses was the most famous leader of Egypt. Compared to other leaders, Ramses maintained his kingdom, and when he died he was 90 years old. The pharaoh of Ramesses was found in Saqqara, a small town in Egypt, in 1881. This is where only Asian queens, kings or upper-class people were buried. The archaeologist who excavated the mummy said that Ramses used to be powerful in his time. Even after thousands of years, his mummy is still looking like this. No one knows the exact number, but according to research, Ramses was the father of 150 children. Noticed in 1974 that Ramses' mummy was deteriorating, therefore, it was decided to take the mummy of Ramses abroad to Paris, where the mummy will be treated, but according to international rules, a person must have a passport to cross the border whether he is alive or dead. For this reason, Egypt issued a passport to Ramses in which he was given the status of king. It was the world's first passport to be issued to a dead person. Ramses' mummy was also awarded military honors when he landed in Paris. Number 4, Tutankhamun, King Tut. Not only the searchers were surprised by the discovery of this pharaoh, but Tutankhamun's mummy surprised the archaeologists of the whole world, which was found 20 feet below the ground. Tutankhamun was the youngest king of ancient Egypt. He was only 9 years old, so he would have got more powers. Tutankhamun's mummy was found in 1922 in a tomb in the King Valley, where a lot of treasure was found along with the mummy. And that is why Tutankhamun's mummy surprised the whole world. The tomb of this king, who died at the age of 19, was believed to contain some spirits that were protecting the mummy and the treasure. Lord Carnarvon was the man who funded the discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb. Ironically, after King Tut's mummy was found, Lord Carnarvon died of a mosquito bite. Number 3, Crocodile Mummy. A team of archaeologists was digging in Umm Barajat, an Azan city in Egypt. They were only looking for mummies or treasures, but their hopes were dashed when they found more than 100 non-human mummies in one place, which was not a human mummy but a crocodile mummy. Thousands of years old crocodiles that were well preserved. At first, archaeologists did not understand why crocodiles were preserved instead of humans. But later some things were found in the coffins of these crocodiles which had something written on them. Archaeologist, more than crocodile, was interested in this article which was written on the coffin of each crocodile. But thousands of years ago, what was the connection between the logos of ASAI in Egypt and these crocodiles? And why were they preserved with such respect? The answers to these questions were in the writing that was written on crocodile's coffin. Research has shown that the people of ancient Egypt believed the crocodile to be a god because for them the crocodile was a symbol of power. In this ancient period, the people of ancient Egypt also made such statue, who have a head like a crocodile and the lower part is like humans. Number 2, Gazelles Mummies. Crocodiles were not the only animals whose mummies were found in Egypt. Rather, archaeologists have also found mummies of deer. This deer mummy you see died about 3,000 years ago, and it appears to have been a queen's pet deer. When archaeologists found the deer during excavations, they were surprised to find that the deer had been buried royally along with the queen and the king. Number 1, Mud Mummy. The Egyptians used a special plant chemical known as resin to preserve them. This chemical used to be very expensive and therefore only rich people could afford it. All the mummies found by archaeologists were covered in resin so that the body would not deteriorate over time. But Australian archaeologists were shocked when they found a mummy that was not covered in resin but in clay. This mummy belonged to a woman who died at the age of 25, but there was something else besides clay on the coffin of this mummy that puzzled the archaeologist. Lab tests revealed that this mummy was 3,000 years old, but the soil around it was placed many years after its death. After research, it was understood that this mummy belonged to a woman from a poor family who could not afford resin. That's why it was preserved with clay, but after she died. Why it was covered with mud is not yet possible for the archaeologists to know. Tell me about it in the comments. If you like this video, so please like, share and press the bell icon.